Alright guys, I want to share my experience with the Pioneer SX950. I got this from my dad. He said it worked when he put it away maybe 20, 30 years ago. So I plugged it in first, hooked up a speaker. It's not hooked up now, but I had no audio, and I naturally flipped every switch on it and couldn't figure it out. Made it to some forums, realized this has a protection relay, which should click a couple seconds after turning on. So that gave me a clue which direction to go. Some of the forums, a lot of the forums, have really good write-ups regarding where to check for this protection relay. This here is the power supply board. We should have 36.5 volts coming off of the Q5 transistor, which I found out we did not. And that feeds the protection relay, so it won't work without that coming out of there. So I took it a step farther just to see what parts I would need, and I bypassed this transistor. I'll show you how to do a quick test there. So for this quick test, I took a jumper, a little 220 ohm resistor, and I alligatored off the Q5 collector feed, which is 41 volts, and that's on the right side of that transistor, and connected that to terminal 8 or 9 there. They're both connected, and then that'll feed roughly 36 volts to the board, and you can check if that's your only problem, if your relay clicks, or if you have something else going on. I realize you can't take it from the base of the transistor because it won't have enough juice by the time it feeds that board. It's 36 volts, but if you feed that board, it'll drop too low to power the relay. So I'll show that hooked up. Okay, so I have my alligator clip. That is on the collector of the Q5, which if you measured that should have about 42 volts going in. And I just simply alligator clipped to the resistor, ran the resistor around number 8, and that feeds roughly 36 volts. You need the resistor to drop it down, because if it's the same as the collector voltage, it may or may not flip the relay. I first did it without the resistor, and it flipped the relay once and then failed to flip it the next few times. But now we'll see. Turn it on, and you can hear the relay click. I don't have speakers hooked up, but when they were hooked up, everything worked and came alive. So now I know I need at least that transistor. It does make the unit functional. I don't know if it needs more, but it sounded really good. So online they shared what you can replace the Q5 with, and it was this part number here. Got from Mauser Electronics. They were 70 cents a piece. I got 5 in case I find out I need to replace others down the road. And shipping was like $10. So now I'm going to try and replace that without removing the board. Just try and sneak it and hopefully not get solder on anything else.